Oh, that was a hard mountain pyramid to climb. Hello, ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls. My name is Dorian Alexis, and today I'm going to teach you about the hierarchy of screenwriters. So there are many different types of screenwriters, starting at the very tippy top of the pyramid. We have executive producers and showrunners. Next, we have co-executive producers. Then we have supervising producers, more producers, co-producers, and then we have story editors, staff writers, writers' assistants, and writer PAs. So the most important job, the writer production assistant, because no writer can start their day without coffee. So yes, you've guessed it, just like every Hollywood movie that you see an assistant on, the writer production assistant is in charge of getting the coffee. They're also in charge of answering phone calls, and everyone's favorite part, cleaning and organizing the workspace after everybody is done. So next we have the writing assistant, and they are in charge of taking notes of the brainstorming sessions. So if different writers are saying what's going to happen to character B, character A, character C, and all the different storylines, they're in charge of taking notes of that. They do research of the topic. So for example, if your script or film is in 1812, they're not driving cars, obviously, so they are in charge of doing research of what technology is during that time. They're also in charge of proofreading the notes and merging their notes with the staff writing pages into the script. Next, we have staff writers. They are, most of the time, not accredited at all, which sucks. But on the bright side, you get a whole bunch of snacks. And they're also in charge of developing and breaking the story, which means like giving key elements to the script. They're not assigned to actually writing the script, which can be very confusing because, well, they're titled staff writers. And unfortunately, they're also the first to go when there are budget cuts. But they're snacks, so it's all good. Next slide. And so next we have story editors. They are next level staff writers. They've been with the show for a while, so they know the characters and the type of world they live in, and they benefit from WGA, which, if you don't know, is basically writer's insurance. And they are guaranteed credit on at least one episode per season. Just at least. Only one. But they're also in charge of pitching the ideas. So your idea man, the story editor. Next, we have producers and co-producers. They are older writers. They sometimes have a say in casting, production, and creative direction. The staff writers answer to them. They are part of writing the script. They will be credited in the credits and opening credits. So, producers, you will get your credit. And, of course, co-producers, as you've probably already guessed, are the second of producers, and they are also writers. So next, we have supervising producers. They are the highest level of staff writers. They work with the writing staff, part of helping with writing the story. They're in charge of the room when the showrunners and the EPs, meaning executive producers, aren't available. And so if you're more like a hands-on leadership type person, this is the job for you. And next we have co-executive producers. They are, of course, the executive producers second hand. They're the last one to read the script right before it gets into the executive producer's hands. And they sometimes have a final say. It really depends on the show. And they are in charge of rewrites, which is very important in the editing process. And the one at the very top of the screenwriting pyramid that makes the most money and gets the most recognition, is the executive producer and showrunners. So they are in charge of calling the shots, and they have a final say in everything. They're in charge of scripts, staff, hiring, casting, budget, schedule, and everything else. And most of the time, they are the creator of the show. So it makes sense that they have, the final say, because they know the characters more than anyone else on set. So now that you know the different types of writers, how do you get a job? Well, first, you learn your craft, which you're doing now because you're in CS Arts. And if you're not, you might want to get started on that. And watch TV shows from a writer's perspective. Write a spec script, have a portfolio, which is very important, get an agent and manager, and write query letters. So, watching TV shows from a writer's perspectives and spec scripts. How do you do that? Basically, all you do, choose any show that you enjoy watching. You can watch it the first time for the heck of it if you want, or just dive right in or watch it again from a writer's perspective. How do you do that? Well, you take notes of characterization, plot, structure, and all the other things that help you write a script. So next, you need query letters to get an agent. So, you won't get screwed over because this is a tough industry. So you have agents and managers. What are the difference? Okay, agents will help you sell your script and help with the legal matters. And of course, they take a percentage of your cut because they need to make their money too. And then you have managers, which are helping you guide you as a writer. So think of them more as coaches and personal trainers. So to get an agent, you must address the agent by name. Very important, show them some respect. Cut right to the chase. They don't care about all the flowery images and the metaphors. They don't care about that. Just cut straight to the chase. Next, sell your manuscript. Tell them what your story is about, because if you don't sell that, they don't care. Throw it in the trash. There's your shot. Next, you need to explain why you've chosen that specific agent. There are many other agents out there, so why them? So do your research. Next, mention your platform if you have one. If you have a plethora of followers on Instagram or blog or on YouTube, it's very important to show that you know how to sell yourself. And last and definitely not least, study other query letters so that you make sure yours looks as professional as possible. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. I'm Dorian Alexis, and I hope you learned something today. And here is the Kahoot. Please log on to it at kahoot.it. I'm Dorian Alexis. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you learn a little more about the television industry.